If you don't do these habits that successful people practice that I'm going to tell you, then you will never be successful. So watch this entire video to find out what those success habits are. Hey, do you know who the top success gurus of the world are? A lot of Thai people are starting to realize that Brian Tracy is a legend on teaching people how to be successful. Brian Tracy has coached, consulted, and trained over 1,000 companies. He has given 5,000 talks, and he's reached over 5 million people through his success training technology, and he's helped create more millionaires than probably anybody else out there. He's the best-selling author of over 70 books translated over a dozen languages. So definitely you want to hear about Brian Tracy. Now, I've had the chance to spend a lot of time actually with Brian. We've had a lot of lunch, we've had a lot of dinners. Over the last several years, we've become great friends, and I'm going to share with you 3 habits that I observed, that I learned from directly learning from Brian Tracy. So here are 3 secret habits that Brian Tracy and other successful people practice all around the world. Habit number 1, successful people, they write down their goals every single day. I'll never forget when I was on a plane with my good friend Brian Tracy. We were flying to go to one of his events, and on the plane I see Brian writing down something in his notebook, and I was walking in the aisle on the plane, and I say, "Hey Brian, what are you writing down?" And he says, "I'm writing my goals." I said, "Wow, I'm impressed," right? Because he's still practicing this fundamental habit that successful people think about their goals all the time. And here's Brian writing down his goals. It made me think as I sat in my plane, do I picture or write down my goals every day? You see, successful people are in a way obsessed about achieving their goals. They're always thinking about them. Whereas people that are not successful, they don't even think about it. They think about what they don't want. They imagine bad things happening in the future. So highly encourage you, if you want to be one of those winners and successful people on the planet, then write down your goals every single day. Secret number 2, ask great questions. Another thing I learned from Brian many years ago is that Brian talked a lot about understanding the science behind how to double your income. If I could show you how to double your income, would you want to know how to do that? I'm going to tell you very quickly. One of the best things I had learned from Brian in the early beginning of my career was Brian talks about this concept, which is your hourly value. Let's say that your hourly value, like you earn 15,000 baht or 500 US per hour, let's say, right? And you want to double your income, then that means instead of making 15,000 per hour, you now need to make 30,000 per hour. So that's a simple little calculation, the maths behind doubling your income. You have to double your hourly wage, and that's what you have to hit every hour. And Brian came up with this great question that I use in my own life to double my income, which is simply this: is what I'm doing right now going to give me the hourly rate that is double what I was earning before? Great question, right? Is what I'm doing right now is making hit my hourly goal as to how much money I'm going to make? If not, then delegate the task to somebody else, and then go back and focus on what is it that's going to allow you to double your income. What is the activity in this moment that will earn you twice as much compared to before? Does that make sense? Third secret from Brian Tracy that I learned. Secret number 3, turn your problems into questions. Very close to secret number 2, but here's another great thing I learned from Brian. Many years ago, Brian taught me this ideal. He says, whatever problem you have, turn it into a question, because that's what a problem is. A problem is simply a question that you've not answered yet. So he said, all you need to do is take whatever problem you have in your business, your life, and turn it into a question. And then take that question and brainstorm 20 different answers. And no matter if it's a good answer or a bad answer, just write it down like a river flowing. And I thought, wow, okay, so I started doing that. I did that for 30 days because this is so important. Successful people spend maybe 20% of their time on the problem, or 5% on the problem, and 95% of their time is on the solution. So what you want to do is train your brain and program your brain to consistently turn problems into questions. And after doing that for 30 days, that definitely happened in my life. And from that moment on, I began to see every problem as simply a question that I need to brainstorm different answers to. Does that make sense? So those are the 3 secrets. By the way, we're having a live Facebook where I'm inviting Brian to come to my page. So if you'd like to join this event, it's free, okay? I want you to just type Brian in a comment, and I'm going to bring Brian on June 15. If you'd like to come to that event, I'll put Brian in the comment, and I will see you at the live event, and Brian Tracy will be there. That'll be really cool, right? And of course, share this video, because when you're sharing this video, you're helping somebody else to change their daily habits. And if you do that, you change your life. So go ahead and share this video now.